There are a lot of games on the Nintendo Switch 2 that I plan to actually check out and review when the system launched. No Man's Sky was not on that list, but when they announced that they were giving a free Nintendo Switch 2 upgrade for the Switch 1 version, I immediately knew this was a game I was going to have to put my eyes on. Now, if you played the Switch 1 version of No Man's Sky, you know it was a serviceable port. It had lower resolution and lower FPS with no multiplayer, but overall, it was a positive single-player experience. I put in a fair bit of time of No Man's Sky on my Switch 1 because the game is just so much fun, even if you can't play with other people. However, the Switch 2 version fixes all of these problems. They improve the visuals and the frame rate. It has multiplayer as well as cross-save and cross-play, and all for no additional charge, and it dropped the same day as their new Beacons update, so all the content is available for you on your Nintendo Switch 2. Now, if you don't know what No Man's Sky is, it is a space exploration game that includes so much content. There is base building and colony settlements, there is space fights and pirates that you can battle, there's even fishing. It's essentially endless content with tons of planets to explore. And on the Switch 1 version, a lot of the content had been removed, but like I said, the Switch 2 version really elevates this experience and makes it worthwhile picking up on the new system. The visuals are dramatically improved compared to the Switch 1 version with the updated resolution. No longer do the textures look blurry or stuff in the distance looks just like kind of a blob. The game looks incredibly good on the new system. Frame rate seems to be varying, but I did notice that the game can run much more smoothly after I went into the settings and turned off the 30 FPS cap. It feels like the game is running anywhere from 30 to 60 FPS depending on what is actually happening on screen, but overall it's a very smooth experience and I've experienced minimal dips while playing the game. The colors are super vibrant and really pop, which makes the planetary exploration a treat on the eyes, and I've already dumped tons of hours into this game on the Switch 2, building up my base, exploring the nearby planets, and doing the initial story quest so that way I can get into the more open world, check out other quests, and do other stuff in this game. It's just a really nice time between all the resource management, going out and exploring and finding new things, like learning alien languages. There's just a ton of stuff to do, and plus, since the last time I played this game, they added a water update, so now underwater is explorable as well, which is really cool because there's even more wildlife and plant life that you can discover under the water. There's just so much to see and discover in this game, and building bases is a ton of fun. Currently, I'm just working on getting my first settlement built up so that way I can actually start teleporting to other locations and finding more resources and stuff. So just getting my initial house built right now in the game, but I'm having a blast doing it. I'm really keen to dive in more with No Man's Sky this time around. With the Switch 1 version without multiplayer, I didn't see as much of a reason to dive in and play a ton, but with the multiplayer aspect, hopping in with friends on other platforms is a huge bonus. Plus, the cross save ability allows you to pick up your save on any platform that you're interested in, which is really nice. And it's because there's just so much to do in No Man's Sky. Like I said, I've been spending a lot of time building up my first area, my first base, but you can build settlements that can farm and like passively give you money. There's exploration across hundreds and thousands of different planets all throughout the galaxy. There are ship battles that you can do, tons of side missions that you can uncover by learning alien languages and talking to different people at different space stations. There's this new fishing thing that I'm really keen to hop into and uncover more about because I like fishing in video games, and I think that's a huge part of this game that I'm really excited about. So diving in and doing more fishing is something that I'm interested in. And then, like I mentioned before, they added the water exploration, which means that planets that have big water areas, oceans, lakes, there's so much more to learn and discover about the planets through that. This game just has so much content available. And with there being so much packed into this game, it actually is incredibly impressive how the Nintendo Switch 2 version runs this game. I've played this game on my Steam Deck as well, and I have had some issues on that version as well. The thing I noticed the most about the Switch 2 version, it seems that handheld, my battery life stays with me longer than it does on my Steam Deck version. So I do like that aspect of this particular version of the game. But on top of that, just like the amount of content packed into this on the Switch 2 system is fantastic. But like I said, with the amount of content they've packed into No Man's Sky and the fact that it's on my Switch 2, I see myself spending thousands of hours in this world and exploring and seeing what all this game has to offer. I'm really keen. I've already been watching guides and stuff on No Man's Sky, seeing how I can get into more deeper parts of this game. There's literally so much to discover. So it's a game that I genuinely cannot recommend enough on the Nintendo Switch 2. It's actually in my list of 17 games that you need to play on the Nintendo Switch 2 right now. And the nice thing about No Man's Sky is the fact that this game has been out on the Switch 1 for a while. Looking at places like Walmart or GameStop or even Amazon, all these places have No Man's Sky on sale right now for prices ranging from $30 to $40 to $32. So you can catch this game on sale every now and again, or on the eShop too, seeing if there's a discount. I saw this game was on sale a couple weeks ago for like 15 bucks. You can pick this game up really cheap and upgrade it to the Switch 2 version, and you'll have so much content at your disposal. This is one that if you're looking for something to play outside of Mario Kart, if that is the only game you have access to, you can put way too many hours into. So I cannot recommend this game enough, especially at the price point this game is at right now. And the free upgrade is what I feel really makes this game. The fact that they put all the love and attention into adding these components to the Switch version of No Man's Sky and then giving it to us for free on the Switch 2 system. This is a game that I just, for the reason of the developers caring about their community, I cannot recommend you pick up and play enough. Developers that do this kind of stuff and give free upgrades should definitely be rewarded. So if you don't have No Man's Sky on the Switch 2, I really recommend picking it up. The other thing that excites me about the fact that No Man's Sky got all this love and attention on the Nintendo Switch 2 is that the devs behind No Man's Sky are also working on this new game called Light No Fire. Very similar to No Man's Sky in the sense that this is a procedurally generated world that takes place on a planet the size of Earth. It sounds really interesting, and the fact that No Man's Sky gets so much love on the Switch 2 makes me really hope that we see Light No Fire on the Switch. I mean, this is a little bit different from No Man's Sky in the sense that this is a fantasy style game with role-playing aspects and just tons of different creatures and mounts that you can discover. It looks super interesting, and I am really keen on seeing what actually comes of it when it launches. But the fact, again, that No Man's Sky is getting this kind of love makes me hope that they are prepping and working on a version of Light No Fire for the Nintendo Switch 2 as well. But that is going to be it for this video, guys. A little bit of a shorter review. Not a whole lot to really talk about because No Man's Sky has been out forever, but something I wanted to bring up as far as the Nintendo Switch 2 version. This free upgrade is so worth your money. But like I said, that's it. I hope you all enjoyed the video, found it entertaining and helpful. If you did, leave a like and subscribe for more like this in the future. It helps me out, helps the video out, helps the channel out immensely. Let me know in the comments below if you plan to pick up No Man's Sky on your Switch 2. But until next time, peace.